Saturday in college football kicking off in West Lafayette, Indiana. Today we've got a smorgasbord of weather, wind, rain, you name it. It's Big Ten football. Should be a fun one. We've got the Iowa Hawkeyes taking on the Purdue Boilermakers. So glad to have you along for the ride. This is going to be a lot of fun. With my partner, Devin Gardner, the old Michigan quarterback. My name is Eric Collins. And normally you got Iowa, you got Purdue, that's enough. But this year, an extra layer of intrigue for the Purdue Boilermakers. Their best player this season, in Charlie Jones, just 6 months ago, was actually a member of the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Yeah, that's the age we live in now. Transfer portal, that's one team, play for the other team. He has been a breath of fresh air for this offense. Remember, they lost David Bell a year ago, a talented wide receiver to the draft. Now, Charlie Jones averaging better than 100 yards a game. That is exactly what you want from a transfer receiver and what you want to get out of that transfer portal. Now, when you have a quarterback who is your best friend, grew up together, played Little League football together, it'll help you a ton. Aiden O'Connell has loved having his friend to throw to.
Aiden O'Connell's had good success in his career against Iowa, by the way. This will be his third start against the Hawkeyes. So far, he's a perfect 2-0 against Iowa. All right, let's switch gears now and talk about that Iowa team. Nationally, the big story all season long has been about their lack of offense. It's been well documented, but we should know, just 7 days ago, the best offensive performance of the season for Iowa, they did it against Northwestern.
Yeah, everybody knows about their talented defense. They've been very good, but the offense just hasn't been able to figure it out. You think they've got it figured out now. Petras in the offense finding a way. When we spoke to Coach Brian Ferentz, he said the whole short leash thing that the media made, it was overblown just a bit. He said that everyone has a job to do, and that doesn't exclude him. He has to do his job better. Petras has to be better, and they think they can build on the performance they had a week ago.
Let's do it. Big Ten football in the wind and the rain. We've got the Hawkeyes. We've got the Boilermakers. This is the moment. Folks, look at this. Good golly. McLean Stadium is alive. The Baylor line streaking across the field. Get ready for a fantastic one of Texas-sized proportions. We've got Texas State. We've got the 17th ranked Baylor Bears. And folks, the fans, they are ready, and we are ready. So glad to have you along for the ride with my partner, Devin Gardner. I am Eric Collins. Who doesn't get jazzed when you see the Baylor line at McLean Stadium? Now let's talk about these Baylor Bears, Devin. Last week, stubbed their toe. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. They're still upset about it. They lost in overtime against Brigham Young. Today's the day to atone.
Yeah, without question. Their coaching staff just wasn't happy with the way their team performed. They didn't play disciplined football. They didn't have nearly enough opportunities that they took advantage of. And conventional wisdom would say maybe coming in today it'll be a little easier with Texas State rolling in and Waco. Conventional wisdom couldn't be more wrong. A year ago, this was a 9-point game. And Coach Aranda's challenged his team to play more discipline and take advantage of some of those opportunities that they missed out on a week ago.
Yeah, no doubt about this. This Texas State team, they know how to play against Baylor in this building a year ago. A game was probably even closer than that 9-point final margin. This Texas State team could play a little bit.
They're coming in this game thinking, you know, we're one, maybe 2 plays away from really having control of the game. And then insert 7,000 plus passing yards, 65 touchdowns. Lane Hatcher comes into the day as the 5th leading quarterback in passing touchdowns in the NCAA. They think they've upgraded all along their offense and defense, but the most important position they think they upgraded at is the quarterback position. Should be a good one.
They upgraded under the passing lane. How about that? Lane Hatcher and the Texas State Bobcats get ready to do their thing against the Baylor Bears. We'll have our kickoff and starting lineups in just a moment.
FS1 College Football is sponsored by Rocket Mortgage. Welcome to Martin Stadium in Pullman, Washington, where the Washington State Cougars play host to the 14th ranked Utah Utes. First time for the Utes in Pullman in 5 years. Hi again, everybody, and welcome to Pullman with Petros Papadakis. Jeff Levering with you. Thanks for being with us here tonight in Petros. Both these teams coming off of byes, so a little bit of extra time. And for the Utes, probably a big thing after that emotional victory over USC.
Yeah, they needed to mend themselves, but they also got a chance to bask in the glory of what was a great Pac-12 college football game. And it was spectacular for Utah and one of the greatest performances we've ever seen from a tight end, Dalton Kincaid. What a man. 16 targets, 16 catches, 234 yards. He was an absolute terror and won the game for the Utes. That and some great play from his trigger man, Cam Rising, the quarterback, who has been a great leader for Utah. As he goes, this team goes. They're a gritty team, but there's nothing like Thursday night on the Palouse as an equalizer. We'll see if he's up to the task tonight against these Cougs.
Cam Rising accounted for 5 touchdowns against USC. Cam Ward on the other side trying to snap a 2-game losing streak for Washington State.
A lot of people really excited about Cam Ward coming up from Incarnate Word.
Beautiful Boise, Idaho in mid-September, the vaunted blue turf. And a nice crowd on hand for the home opener for the Broncos of Boise State as they host one of the rising powers in FCS football, the Skyhawks of UT Martin. And hi, everybody. Alex Faust and Petros Papadakis here with you. We like to think of Boise State as the team that throws the ball around the yard, that has those gadget plays. There's a change in identity afoot at Boise State. They're trying to run the ball a little bit more, and George Holani is their bell cow back.
Well, they're huddling up more, and they're trying to keep the offense a little bit more balanced, and George Holani is a huge part of that, and frankly has been for a while on the blue turf, but he's had a hard time staying healthy. Last year, he was on a pitch count, and that made it awful hard for them to catch a rhythm. He needs to stack good games, one on top of the other, no more pitch count. Let him get on the train and stay on the track. If he can do that, he's really a great piece, along with Hank Bachmeier, for this Broncos offense, finally getting a shot to play at home.
Olani and Boise State 1-1 on the season. They take on the reigning champions of the Ohio Valley Conference in UT Martin. Quarterback Dresser Wynn and wideout Colton Dowell, 2 veteran players for the Skyhawks.
All-American guy Dresser Wynn from the same county as Martin, Tennessee. Colton Dowell, a guy that he loves to throw the ball to. They do have a multiple offense. Gonna love to see him on the blue.
All right, the program mantra at UT Martin: humble with a swagger.
That's us.
Skyhawks picked to win the Ohio Valley. Boise State favored to win the Mountain West. We kick things off on the blue next.